Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make the moonbeam earrings. Now this might look like a simple design, but there's a couple little tricks in here that I wanted to take a moment and show you. Now I'm going to first start by talking about my silver version here. So this has a little star pendant and a moon pendant, and you'll notice that I just connected these here with two little jump rings. But the reason I wanted to point these out is because of the way that the earrings are formed, and we're going to talk about that as we do our second earring in our gold here. So let's go ahead and start, and I have a couple little tricks here. So you can see I have a dangle here, and then I have a bead up here, and then I have my earring hook. But let's go ahead and let's take care of that first little dangle there. So I'm going to take one of my head pins here, and I'm going to slide on one of my 8mm crystal beads, come in with my round nose pliers, and I'm just going to make a simple wire loop. So I'm just going to bend that backwards, scooch it in. I want to make sure I have a nice large loop here. So now I'm just going to wrap it up and over the top, rotate my pliers, and bring that wire all the way across. Now I can remove my pliers and just come in with my flush cutters and snip off that end. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. Now, you can use an eye pin for this next step, but I figured, hey, I already have my head pins ready to go. Let's go ahead and use a head pin. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to slide on that bead and let that sit down at the bottom. And then I'm going to come to the opposite end of that wire, and I'm going to make my own simple wire loop. This way, you can also guide how big you want that loop to be. So you just kind of come around and move it so that it's touching there, just like so. And then you can come in and snip right here or grab right here and just bend that backwards. So now you have made your own little eye pin. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to flip it and let it sit down there at the bottom. Now, here's where I want to talk to you about the way the earring sits. You have an option here. You can do a parallel loop to this one here, or you can do a perpendicular loop so that it's going to face the opposite direction. Now, the reason I say that is because when you're looking at this earring, if you're going to wear it in your ear, this is going to go in the ear. So this is where, you're going to be facing out. Now, normally, sometimes what we like to do is have the earring facing this direction. But because this is such a big, wide, flat earring, I thought it would be nice to face the direction of, sort of your face. So it's not coming out to the side. It's more like just direct on. So when you're kind of wearing it, you get a little bit more of that as opposed to that. So it is up to you though. However, you can see that it does have a little bit of movement here, but the way that I've done this eye pin is that it is parallel. So you get that nice straight flat look, but you can also instead, and let me go ahead and put that down there for a second. You can, if you want to, make the loop so that it goes this way. That way you have the option to rotate it there. Now the other thing too is that obviously for both of these pairs, I put the open piece there towards the front of the face. You can absolutely flip it. It's entirely up to you. But let's go ahead and finish this, and I'm going to finish it the same way I did the other one. But I just wanted to walk you through some of those little options there when you are creating some jewelry so you can really make it your own. All right, I'm just going to come in with my flush cutters there. Perfect. Okay, and now all we need to do is just assemble this together, and for that, I'm just going to use a pair of chain nose pliers and a pair of round nose pliers here. And there we go. So I'm just going to open that up, and I'm going to slip it on to the little loop there. Sneak my pliers in there and close that up. And I'm just going to give it a little pinch. I just need to straighten it out just a little bit, make sure we're looking good. Lovely. Okay. So now I can come to this other side here, open up my loop, slip it on, close it up. And you can use two pliers. I mean, this wire is soft enough that I'm able to sort of just get by just with my fingers. All right, and now we want to make sure that we are stringing our ear wire on the right way, so just kind of double check that. And now you can just close up your final little loop there. So there you go. So that's a nice and easy pair of earrings, but a couple little tips and tricks in there for you. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can see more tutorial videos and get all of these supplies by heading over to Beadaholique.com.